Hi everyone, am I the only one here? This might be the best thing if no one else is with me today. Let me know if you're here. But I'm excited. This is one of my favorite company, Altenew. So I've got some new stamps to share, just demoing, maybe giving some tips, showing some of the sprays, and 7 Kids is running 20% off. Just today now. It was Friday and now today's Saturday. So I'm really excited to share some of the stamps that Kelly's got in the store, also the spray inks, and show you how to use some of those. And I think sometimes it's difficult to take the leap and buy something that maybe you've never seen before or you aren't sure of. So maybe I can share those sprays and show you how I use them and what makes them special, and see if maybe it's something you would like too. Technical difficulties already. 10 minutes late. We were on time. We just couldn't get all the technology to be on time. So I see Kelly and Melissa with me. So hi everybody. We'll wait just a couple more minutes. I know we're already 10 minutes late. So are you guys up for, yay, Melissa says I'm live. So we'll see. Oh, Kelly says she cannot hear. Melissa, can you hear? She hasn't started. Melissa says I haven't started talking yet because of the lag. It does take a little bit. So let's see. Let me know, Kelly. Give it about 10-15 seconds and let me know if you can hear. I still see just the 3 of us. Oh, Kelly says I'm good. Thank you, Kelly. It's still just, maybe it'll be just the 3 of us. We'll have a very intimate stamping party today. So that's okay. We can always edit or people can go back and watch. So I'll go ahead and share with you guys what I've done so far. Let's see. Let's talk about the spray inks. I know Kelly in the store has 2 sets. And the first one is, I believe it's called After the Rain. And it's got Coralberry. These are the metallic shimmer ink sprays. Warm Sunshine. What is this? Frayed Leaf. Ocean Waves. And Lavender Fields. So you get it. What is it? After the rain, you get a pretty rainbow. So what I did with these is I started playing. I use shimmer sprays all the time. Lots of times, to be honest, I'll spray a background quickly through a stencil, or most of the time you'll see I use it to create splatters on my cards. So yesterday I started playing with these and I wanted to see them all together as a rainbow, and I did some of these, and I'm hoping you can see, there we go, see the shimmer, the metallic. Oh, they're so pretty in person. It's hard to capture in a picture or on camera, but right there I think you can kind of see it. So these are really fun. They'd be great for mixed media, for scrapbook layouts. Here's one. Here's a real messy one. This was the first one I created. Lots of drips and splatters and very uncontrolled, which is difficult for me. It's not easy for me to let that happen. One tip I have for these is these are on Bristol Smooth. Much more, it's a mixed media kind of watercolor, not so much a watercolor paper, more mixed media, but it'll take more of the wet products. And this I did on Hammer Mill, 80 pound, and you see it just did not hold up very well. So I recommend using the Bristol Smooth for that. This one's really pretty. Altenew is now coming out with these masks that go along with, this one would go with the Wonderland stamp set, and you have the big stencil, and then there's also all of these little pieces that you can either use the positive or the negative. So you could use these on a background. I think it would be really pretty to make a shadow effect, and that's what I did for these. I guess, yeah, that would be more of a shadow. I used a couple and I sprayed the frayed leaf, and it's really hard to see the shimmer in that because it's so soft, but it's so pretty in person. I like a little bit more white space, and so you just have to practice, and I did this very quickly yesterday. It does take some practice, but these are the new masks that Altenew is coming out with for many of their stamp sets. I think that might be the only one I have, but I do like these. And so then this is one of my favorite stencils. This is the watercolor stripe stencil. And just today I started playing with that one. Let's find that. There it is. And like I said, I like to leave a little bit of white space. So the one thing about these inks that you want to do is spray them in a box. I was playing with the coral berry yesterday, and my husband asked me today why there is red ink on the cover of my laptop. Well, it would be coral berry. So it goes everywhere. Spray it in a box. And what I did was I kind of angled this up like this, if you can see that, and then I sprayed this way so it went down, and I pulled it away so I left some white space. And I don't know if you can see how pretty this is. Can you see that shimmer? I love these, and they make beautiful backgrounds for cards. You'll see this one, I think, in one of my older cards on Instagram. So these are really nice sprayed through stencils. You can use them to splatter. You could do more mixed media, scrapbook layouts. I did this one. You have to practice with them a little bit. You get further away, closer, and sometimes you'll get the bigger drops. I will tell you, a full pump quickly works better because little short spritzes and you get more big drops, and that's fine if that's what you like. So those are some of the ink sprays. These are After the Rainbow. Love these. This is probably the Ocean Waves. I probably use this one more than any other spray because I do splatters. And then the other set has silver and gold, and it does have jet black, and I use jet black quite a bit also. When it dries, it gives you a softer dark gray color, not necessarily a pure black. So you have to be aware of that because it's an ink. It's not a paint or a gesso. So if you want the solid opaque splatters, use something like that. But this is softer, and I like that. And then you don't have the texture that you get with the paints. So those are some of the sprays that I thought I would share today. So if you have any more questions about those, or you want to see more, let me know, and I can show you more. So that's that. It's still just the three of us, I think. Let's see. Oh yes, my sister says Evil Red. Just ask her pretty much if there's a red paint or a red spray in our family, it's going to get on something and we'll be getting in trouble for it. So thank you, Kelly. I love the light to dark, the dark to light also. You have to play with it. Like I said, you want to be at least 6 to 8 inches. Oh, one more tip for these. When you're finished, it's like a lot of other mica sprays. I'm not sure that mica's in here. I honestly don't know what makes the metallic shimmer, but you want to wipe off the nozzle and keep it clean, or else it'll clog up and it won't work very well. So that's good to know in spraying. So what I wanted to show you today is I created this card. Let me show you over here. I created this card when my sister was here visiting, and this is from the Ornate Foliage set, which is in the store. And I have to tell you, I cannot believe how versatile this set is. I created this card, and obviously I used the outline stamp. And what I started doing, I'm in love with gray Copics. So I started with the gray Copics, and I colored all of the flowers with gray Copics. But then I decided that I wanted to add some color, so I used my Prismacolor pencils. And I'm not so hot with them, but I'm okay with the way this came out. And I thought it was so pretty. But what I decided was I wanted to share how versatile this stamp set is, because I started playing with it, and I have to show you. You can do so many different things with it. I was playing yesterday and I did this very quickly. I am the slowest crafter in the world, and this I did very quickly. And you have to look, let's compare. Look. They look like two completely different stamp sets. And I love that about some of the Altenew steps. It doesn't matter what kind of a crafter or artist you are. This is with colored pencils. I love Copics. I love to color with Copics. I love the dimension you get. You could watercolor, but then look, I can do the layered stamping and it looks like it's like I have 2 or 3 different sets in one. So I was thrilled when I started doing this one yesterday. I think I could do a whole week's worth of cards and each one looked very different. So I started playing again this morning and I started doing this one. And it's just limitless. And so that's what we're going to do today. I thought I would do something very simple and we can see where, just what we can play with and what we can do. So, let me know. I'll let you pick the colors. We're going to do this very simple layout, but you tell me the colors. And here's what I've got. I've got swatches for you of the colors, some of my favorite colors and I use Altenew inks. I will tell you they are my favorite ink. So I've got Frosty Pink. Well, this is the set. It's called Red Cosmos. And here's the palette. And I will tell you, I tend to not use Grapevine. I tend to use Frosty Pink, Coral Berry, and Ruby Red. Those are my favorites. So these are pretty. We'll put those, let's see, make sure I keep it in camera. You can pick those. I have the blues that you saw in the card, and this is called Lapis Lazuli. And we've got these 3 colors. Okay. We've got some turquoise colors, and this is called Sweet Dreams. And then, let's see, these are Rose Petal. These pretty kind of pinks with a drop of purple. And let's see if I can squeeze one more because I've got purples. I have lots of options. I know, it's kind of scary. I'm worried, but we should be okay. So then there's these purples. And honestly, I don't know the group name. I did not write it down. But they're really pretty, and they're the new purples that Altenew has out. So you tell me. I used, let's see, I used the Lapis Lazuli in this card. And I think I used this pink set, the Rose Petals, and the new purples for this one. So you tell me what you would like. And while you're picking, think about it. Just tell me general. Do you want blues with pinks, turquoise with pinks, purples and pinks, and we'll go from there. Because I'm going to take these away. Well, I'll leave them there. But let's talk about some of the other, while you're picking. Kelly says she likes purples and she likes pink with purples. Oh, Melissa says pink and purple too. So we might go with those. We'll have to see. But while we're still thinking, and to see if anybody else will jump on, I want to share some of the other stamp sets that are in the store. This one, I have to tell you, I wasn't sure at first, when I first ordered it, how I was going to like it. But of course it came, and I have been putting it on everything. These sentiments go with almost everything, like this one, this Just Because. I love that. You can do anything. Your creativity amazes me. Sending hugs just for you. Hello, lovely. Just Because, and you matter. This stamp set, it's called Fancy Greetings, has something for every card. Love it. And it may be sold out. I'm not sure. I think the last time I checked it was already sold out. Beautiful Peonies. I have not used this. This is a stamp set that obviously would be really great for watercolors or Copic colorers. I do have the dies with it. And it says Stay Beautiful. This one is in store last time I checked. Kelly, let me know if there's something that's sold out that I don't know about. Beautiful Peonies, love this one, haven't used it yet. This one is Beautiful Blossoms. I've had it for a little while. This one is another mainly outline stamp. There's no layers. It will be so beautiful colored, Copic colored. I have ideas about this one in vellum, kind of making it look really cool and artsy. So we'll see how it goes. I'll be using that one soon. Lots of sentiments in this one. Like a lotus, raise yourself from the mud, and bloom out of the darkness and radiate into the world. Until you're proud. Beautiful things are coming. There's always a reason to smile, find it. So these are definitely encouraging sentiments that go with it. But I also like, if these sentiments don't work with whatever you've created with this, use a sentiment from another stamp set. They work you can mix and match a lot. So these are some of the ones that are in store. I think there are a couple more, and I don't know the name that I have in my shopping cart today because everything's 20% off just for today now. And so that's great for Altenew. I would definitely take advantage of that. So those are ones that are in the store. So we're going with pinks and purples, it looks like. Both Kelly and Melissa said pinks and purples. So I'm going to go ahead with my favorite ones. These Rose Quartz, Puffy Heart, Purple Wine, and Cosmic Berry. And then we'll go with these purples. The Wisteria, Hydrangea, Andromeda. I love the names of these colors. And Ultraviolet. We'll go with those. These are the new purples. Love them. They're so pretty. And of course, look, did you notice the splatters I got on my ink swatches earlier today? That's me. There's pretty much ink everywhere. You want to make sure that you wipe it up as soon as you spray it because it will get everywhere. Okay. Put these away. These ink swatches, by the way, are the free downloads from Jennifer McGuire, and I use them. I am very grateful that she does that, and she shares that with everyone because I always use that template for my ink swatches, and I'm very grateful. So let me move these out of the way. These are the ones we're not going to use, and keep these here. And I'm going to move these. So I use, for stamping for a regular stamp card front, if I'm stamping, I will use Nina Solar White 80 pound. If I'm coloring, I use Hammermill 80 pound, and if I'm watercoloring or spraying the inks or putting a lot of water down, most of the time I'll use the Bristol Strathmore. So this is just a Nina Solar White 80 pound. And I have already put the stamp here, under my Misty. And this is, you guys, this is what I got so excited about. A lot of people stress about using Altenew layered stamps. Oh, Angela's here. Yay! Hi, Angela. She loves Hammermill, and that's what she uses too. Yay. That's what I use for my coloring because it's cheaper than some of the other ones out there, and it works just fine for me. So this is, Angela, just in case you weren't here, we're using the Ornate Foliage from Altenew, and I'm using this outline stamp right here first, and I've already got it in my Misty. So here's what I got excited about. People worry about using Altenew layered stamps, and so I had planned on using the Misty with the stamp set and showing how easy it is and not to stress. I have to tell you, this stamp set was so easy to use that I'm using it just to lay down my outline with my VersaFine Clair, because we all know now that it gives the best image. Nice and crisp and clear, and looks like some people are having problems finding us, so let's hope they can make it. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. We didn't go to 7 Kids business page. It's on my homepage. So let people know, Melissa, that can you please let people know it's on my homepage? can you share it over or something to the 7 Kids business page? That's exactly what the problem is. It's, my technical producer, my husband, I didn't tell him it's supposed to be on 7 Kids. So if someone can share it over, or we'll see what we can do. Sorry guys, that's our mistake. Technical difficulties, first round. Okay, so back to this. I'm using VersaFine Clair, and this is the Nocturne, and I have my cardstock down. Let me make sure my magnet's not in the way, and I'm going to stamp the outline image. And I'll show you a tip here. This is what's fun in using the MISTI. I am stamping it here in the top left corner. This is going to be a clean and simple card, and I have to tell you, I'm not known for doing clean and simple cards, but I love this. So I stamped it once, and I'm going to stamp it again to make sure it's a nice deep stamp line. And as my sister says, we kiss it and we keep going, but that is perfect. I love that. I'm really happy with that one. So it looks like we might be working on getting it moved over. That makes me happy. I'm so sorry, guys. Kelly says we can see it. T's working on it too. Yay! Thank you to the team for helping me out. It takes a village sometimes to get Erin going with technology. So I appreciate everybody who's working on it, and I appreciate everybody who has stuck with us. So here's what's cool. Did you see that? Look. I stamped the first one right there. Look, all I'm doing is turning my cardstock 180 degrees, putting it back in the corner, and it's going to make it so easy to, oh, I was out of picture too. I'll get this. I think it's okay. First time, I'll take it. So, doing my VersaFine Clair again. A nice and soft touch. I'll do it one more time. Kelly says, when I publish, I need to make sure it's public. I think we made it public, but the problem is we went to my home page. I didn't tell my husband to go to the business page. Sorry. So that's what I think. We figured out the making it public part, but not where I actually should have been. So we're working on it. So did you see that? Look, turn it 180 degrees. Now I've got a clean and simple card base. So what I want to do real fast is, since I use my VersaFine, I want to make sure it dries. This is going to warp my paper just a little bit because this heat gun is pretty hot, but that's okay. It works pretty quickly. I'm going to move it off of my MISTI. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? I can't tell you how much I love the VersaFine Clair Nocturne enough. And I know, I'm 99% sure that's in stock in the store. So let's clean this off. Kelly wants to know if VersaFine is waterproof. Yes, I think you can watercolor with it. I am not the technical expert. Melissa definitely has. I would encourage anybody to go watch her video on the VersaFine inks. But yes, I am 99% sure you can watercolor with it. That it is waterproof. I love it for stamping, especially like for this, because it just gives such a nice clear image. Okay, so here's the other thing that I like. When you get your Altenew stamps, they now come in this nice package, and if you open, first of all, on the back is what's going to be our stamping guide. For anybody who worries about, oh my gosh, which one do I use next? What do I do? It goes right in order. Stamp your outline, then do this, and then this one and this one, and it's your guide. But this is what else I like. When you open it up, look, if you worry about layouts and things, it gives you color suggestions, it gives you layouts, it gives you directions. It makes it so simple. And look, here are all your color suggestions and layouts. It's perfect. So if you're newer, if you aren't sure, T says you can see it. So perfect. Yay. Oh, we have 6 people here now. That makes me happy. Good. Okay, thanks for sticking with us, and thank you to all of the technical people who got it moved over. So, we are going to use the back and follow our guides. Just be careful, make sure this is dry, or just be careful for a little while. It looks like it's dry already. It dries very quickly, and that's why I heat set stuff. I like to keep my magnet here and hold my paper down just a little bit. Okay, here is what I got so excited about. I thought, oh, I'll demo using the Misty and do all the layers on it. People worry about layering Altenew. This stamp set was so easy, you guys. I found it was much easier just to start using my block and stamp that way. So, and I'm going to show you along the way. It's not always easy to get things lined up, but I have tricks to fix it if you get into trouble. So, let's see, what's it say? So we're using these. We're just using this one right here today. And the first step is to use this one. So if you have this stamp set, follow along. And that's this one right here. Okay. So Melissa, and when we couldn't see anybody else, Melissa and Kelly said use pinks with purples. So this will fill in the flowers right here and here. So I think I'm going to use the lighter colored rose first. This is the rose quartz. And I'm going to try not to get my head in the camera. So this is where it gets tricky. What I do is I try to line up and look through the stamp, and you really want to look top to bottom. And since I'm not getting my head in I'm trying not to get my head in the camera, I might be a little off. We'll see how it goes. Here's what I love about, you notice I still have my Misty even though I'm not using it correctly. It's got a foam pad at the bottom. And when you stamp, it gives a little bit of cushion, and I think you get a better stamping image. So I'm staying on my Misty even with my block. And there we go. That looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but I'm okay with that one. Now I'll use my lightest color, the Wisteria, for purple. And I will tell you, I don't want to go upside down. I tried it earlier. I didn't do as good of a job. So I'm turning my paper. And sometimes I find if you stress more. Hi, Deb. I see Deb's here. Yay. That's exciting. I haven't seen Deb in a while. I hope you guys are good. So there's my purple. Isn't that pretty? Oh, you guys, this is Wisteria. I love this new purple set. So if I'm using the lighter pinks on one, then I'll use the lightest purple. So now, what's next? Now I have to tell you, this next little part right here is this little, wouldn't this be pretty? I thought if we heat embossed it in like gold or silver, or even did the whole outline in gold or silver and then made these little petals, I think that would be so pretty. I'm not going to do that today, but that was something I thought of when I was playing around earlier this morning. I thought, ooh, I'm going to have to try that too. So, wait a minute, where are we here? Oh, that's the one I need. Let me see. Nope, that's the big one. Okay, let's see. Here we go. It's almost like I need to cut these apart so I don't get confused. So, here's this, and I'm going to do this one in a little bit brighter pink. I think maybe this one. Yeah, this might be good. Let's try this. We'll see. I see Kelly saying hi to Bonnie. Oh, there's Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here too. And I'm excited. How about you guys for the Altenew sale? Oh my goodness. If my head's in the way, I'm sorry. Ooh, I did well on that one. I'm excited. I'll take it. Lots of times I don't do that well. But that's what I'm going to show you. I don't know if you can see. There's a little tiny bit of white there and a little tiny bit of white there. I have to tell you, if you want to try and stamp it again freehand, go for it. And I did, and maybe I'll do that. That's not enough that it bothers me that I really feel like I have to stamp again. And look, I'm getting smudges there. I'm so messy with my inky fingers. But I can fix that because I love my mono sand eraser. Yep, there's my head. I see it in the lag, but it's okay. At least I combed my hair before I crafted today, right? I changed out of my PJs. That was good. Okay, let's do purple. Since I did the third darkest pink color, I'll do the third darkest purple color. It makes it easy. This is the Andromeda. I'll try not to get my head in the way now, but you know I'll mess it up because I can't see. If you look through your stamp, you can kind of see. The darker colors make it more difficult. Yep, I think that one's going to be, yeah, I messed that one. See that one a little bit? But, so we can go ahead and try to stamp it again, which maybe that'll work. Let's try it. Let's be brave. It's okay. We can do it all over again if we really mess it up, but I don't think it'll be bad. I'll put my head in and we'll see. Nope, I didn't make it any better. It's okay. We'll take it. If you have Copic colors that match, or you have the Altenew artist markers, you can fill that in because that's a lot more white than I like to fix with just a black pen. So we'll see what we can do. Okay? It's okay. So what's next? There we go. The next one's this one. And that's this one, I believe. Okay. And that is going right here. So let's do a dark purple here. Let's see, yeah. Let's do the darkest one and see how that looks. This is the ultraviolet. I tell you, now this is where it's tricky because looking through this stamp when it's dark is a lot harder than look for the white space through it. If you see white, then obviously you're either way outside or you're not getting it. I think I've got some white there. Ooh, this is a good instance. I'll show you how I fix that. Okay, just a tiny bit of white there. I don't even know if you can see it in the camera. I'm going to take my Micron 01 and so Sometimes I do this now, lots of times I do it at the end, but I want you to see it. And I will just go over that outline and fill that in. And then you can't even tell. See that? I don't know if you can even tell. You may not have been able to see it to begin with. But it fills that in. No one knows it was there. And it makes it look perfect. This is if you're really picky. I think when you get a whole card made, lots of times the things we see, no one else sees. Now I have to tell you, I'm not thrilled with this color right here. Probably because I stamped it twice and it made it darker. There. See that? No one would ever know. Now, obviously, it's not as easy with a lighter color, but this one we did so well, it's not a big deal. I could fill that in. There you go. Those are easy way, if you're freehanding it, to fix some problems. And then let's go with the darkest pink color here. This is Cosmic Berry. I like this color. I think this is really pretty. Okay, here comes my head. Okay, see, once again, a little bit of white space. It's okay. And I was off a little bit here. Once again, you guys probably wouldn't see it if I didn't point it out. So the point of today, I don't think I'm going to finish this card, but I just wanted to share some of my tips with you because people do get so worried about Altenew. Now, see that made these lines just a little bit darker? You could go ahead and outline the rest of them and make them even, or I just had a heavy hand. I'm trying not to be nervous and shake today. But once again, on a card, no one else is going to notice. It'll be fine. Hi, Dana. I see Dana's here. Okay, let's see. Okay, and now we need to do these little green things. They're these little itty bitty little ones, and honestly, with Copics or artist markers, you could just fill these in with a marker, and it would even be easier than taking this little itty bitty stamp and trying to fit it in there perfectly. That's what I would do if I had markers right in front of me. Not too bad. I need to clean my fingers off. I'm just making more and more of a mess on my card base. Woohoo, I did that one perfectly. I'll take that one. So, that was easy. Next one is, we're moving on to the smaller flower. Let me clean my fingers off. Get a baby wipe. Normally I can clean all those finger smudges off with a mono sand. That's my favorite. And I need to do that a lot. I make a mess. Okay, these little ones. These are these little flowers like right in here. So, let's see. Let's use, since we used pinks here, let's use the dark purples here. And I'm going to do the medium purple. That would be the hydrangea, I think. No, it was the Andromeda. Once again, dark colors a little bit more difficult. But I'm finding as I work on this, if I don't see any white, I'm doing a little better. So there's a little bit of white. I could easily fix that with a pen. Let's do this. I wonder if that's Cosmic Berry, probably. I don't know. I think this one's Cosmic Berry and this one's Purple Wine. I could get my swatches out, but that would take more effort than I've got right now. So we're going. Once again, a little bit of white, that's okay. But you guys see how easy this is? I mean, if I had to line, it's double steps to put it in my MISTI and line it up and then stamp it. I'd rather fix these little steps quickly with the pen than to do the extra work. There are times that I wouldn't do any card or any stamp, Altenew layered stamp set without my MISTI because they're just very detailed, and if you get it off, it almost looks like it's like you're in a 3D movie without the glasses on. Okay, next one are these. T says she hasn't met a crafter that doesn't get messy. I have to tell you, I wouldn't trust an artist or a crafter that didn't have dirty, messy hands all the time. Right? Let's see. Which one am I doing now? I need these. So, because we're doing this one now. Dana asked what inks I'm using. I'm using Altenew Crisp inks. I will tell you, because I love Altenew stamps so much, and I like that their inks are in groups, like color groups. It makes the stamping really easy, and they're my favorite ink for my Altenew inks. Now, I love the new VersaFine Clairs for other things, but for my Altenew, I have to tell you, or any kind of layering stamp, Altenew is my favorite ink. That's just my opinion. I've tried a lot of different ones, and for me, that works best. So here I want to use a purple, and here I want to use a pink. So I'm going with, let's see, what did I do earlier? I think I'll do, let's do a medium purple. No. Let's do a medium purple. Let's just make a decision. I'm using hydrangea now. This might look better with a lighter one, but we'll see. There. Once again, see, it's fine. I can fix that. I'm afraid if I try to stamp it again, I'd mess it up more. So it's okay. Look, I'll show you right now. If I take my pen, go right there, right here. Oops, gotta keep my pen steady. There. On a card, you wouldn't see it. This stamp, I'll measure it for you. Dana says, or Bonnie says, she wants to know if she could use it on an ATC. She can't tell their size. This stamp, this smaller stamp is, I'll show you, it is about 2 1/4, 2 3/8 by, and I know this isn't the whole stamp, but it's mostly correct, by about 2.5. So I'm not sure of an ATC, but I think that would fit. So somebody, Kelly, let me know what an ATC normal size is. But this is the smaller one. This bigger one, the bigger stamp, that one is almost 3 3/4 by about 2 3/4. So you have 2 different sizes there. So yes, I think that would fit an ATC size. And obviously, you know, I really like the look of a stamp going off the side. So you can make it as little as you want to fit, you know, any size. Artistically, I like the look of going off the page. So normally I would, and this is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I almost always cut these down for the front of a card. So I start on the big size, knowing that when I stamped this, I knew I was going to cut down some, and I'm fine with that. I like the look of it. So, where are we on time-wise? Let me check my phone and see how long we've been here. We've been here almost an hour. So, oh, there, Kelly says an ATC is 2.5 by 3 1/2. So this smaller stamp would fit very nicely on an ATC for sure. So show us, Bonnie, when you get those made, let me know if you get the stamp set and what you do. I can't wait to see. So, here's my question. Do we keep going? Do you want me to finish stamping these, or should I go ahead and just show you like 1 or 2 other little tips I've got, and then I can finish off camera? You guys let me know. After about an hour, I know people have things to do, and they've kind of given as much time as they can. So you guys let me know. I'll go ahead and keep stamping for right now. This one should be pink. And I'm going to do Puffy Heart. I'm going to use not so dark on this one. This is Puffy Heart. I should show this up like this so you guys can see it. Puffy Heart. The other thing I like about the Altenew inks is, at first a lot of people don't think they're stamping clearly. It's ink. It takes a while to soak into the page. Bonnie says, me too, Erin. I like that idea of cropping. Absolutely. Okay, Melissa says, wrap it up. Of course, she's my sister. Wrap it up and show us some tips. So I'm good with that too, and I can finish that, the rest of this. Okay, tip number 1, because of my inky fingers. I keep talking about my Mono Sand Eraser. Erase all of that mess. And keep going. And now keep in mind, the other thing is, I'm going to add a lot more to this. So even if your eraser doesn't get everything off, do the best you can, and then all of your other details will help kind of hide those in the background. Okay, so, oh, I see Sharon's here. That's Sky Thompson. She says, I've already solved a couple of problems she had. Thank you. Oh, good. That's good. So, you know, keep using this, and it works. But also remember, I think we're so much more critical, and we see so many more things than anybody else would. So, erase that. Once again, I'll show you, I think some people, before we got it all moved over, didn't see this one. Let me show this. This was one I created yesterday. I was just playing. I probably play a lot with new things before I actually show them. And this is one that I made yesterday. And once again, I think it just shows how fabulous the VersaFine Clair stamps sentiments so nicely. I stamped it one time very gently in the Misty because that's the only way I can ever get a sentiment lined up. And then I inked it again, and once again very lightly stamped it, and it did a great job. These are, when I was showing you earlier, the spray inks that are in the store. I did splatter with Ocean Waves and with Jet Black. And I don't know if you hear in the beginning I said Jet Black dries to a very soft kind of dark gray. It's not too dark of a black. And this is the Ocean Waves. I love the metallic shimmer you get. And I want to show you this trick before we go. One of my new favorite things. I love my Copics. I love artist markers. But sometimes using the gray Copics and blending, I've been in this mood where I like a lot of shadow and a lot of dark. And I did want to share another card that I made. This is one that I made when I took the Zentangle class from Altenew. And I did Copic around, but then also I used a charcoal pencil. And here's some more splatters I thought I would show on another card. So I wanted to share, and this is the one that I showed. This is the exact same stamp set, and maybe you didn't see it before we switched over. This is the exact same stamp set, the ornate foliage. And I love that you can get two completely different looks with the same stamp set. This one I colored with pencils and Copics, and this one is just layered ink. So depending on what kind of a crafter you are, you can get all kinds of looks in one stamp set. And so let me show you how I do this shading and this shading. This was all done with charcoal pencil. And I have, I start light and I go darker if I need it. This one's the white one, wrong one. This one's light. And I have a medium and I have a dark. I tend to use the medium most, and then I use a tortillon with it. And this helps blend it out. So to get this effect, I would take, here's the one I think we were working on. And I'm going to move everything else out of the way, and I'll work on this. So what I do is, like I said, I always go light because you can always add color. And let's start with this one. I just very gently